Hey YouTube, so we are in San Francisco. I arrived last night pretty late, so I didn't do any other videos last night. I tried to show you a little bit of the traveling, but it's kind of difficult to be vlogging all the time because, well, airport security doesn't really like you to walk around with a camera. Now I'm in San Francisco for this tech startup conference. It's called, some of you might even know it, it's called Disrupt SF. It's from this media company called TechCrunch, and they're sort of like the place for startup news and tech news. So I'm very excited to be here. It's my first time at this event, and there's gonna be a lot of interesting people here. I think of people like Evan Spiegel, the founder of Snapchat. There's gonna be people from YouTube, Google, Facebook. Yeah, it's a really exciting event, and I'm excited to get to know some of these people. I'm sure it's going to be a great experience. I'm not sure how much filming I can do at the event. If I cannot film there, I'll make sure to go out into the city and explore and take you guys with me there. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright, so first we have to stop for a quick coffee. Walking towards the convention center right now. Like I said earlier, there's some interesting talks on today. The one I'm really excited about is the talk by Evan Spiegel, the founder and CEO of Snapchat. I've seen a lot of interviews with him, and I've even read a book about him. So very excited to see him speak about, you know, about the future of Snapchat, basically. So this is the third day already, but today's the first day, and I'm taking you guys with me. I just wanted to, you know, take my time and check it out myself first. They're also a little bit cautious with cameras around here, so I wasn't able to do much filming before. But yeah, I'll take you guys with me today. Alright, so we're now on our way to the extra crunch stage.
Performs specific jobs for them, and if you kind of frame it that way, it's kind of like, well, why are you being hired? And if you basically download an app, for instance, on the camera, it opens the camera.
Products. And so today we're taking all the capabilities that we've built over the past many years.
And with that, we're going to bring out our next guest. I covered Snapchat right when it first launched, and it's actually been a real pleasure to watch the company grow up. It's a big adult company now. So with that, please welcome to the stage co-founder and CEO of Snap Inc., Evan Spiegel, and your moderator, Josh Constein.
So I've been trying to get us on stage together for years now, but you know, Snap was going through. You want the mic? So I was saying that I've been trying to get you on stage with me for years now. Things were a little tumultuous at Snap in the meantime, so I understand why, but things have gotten a lot better. You know, now suddenly Snap's share price has gone from $5 to $15 in the last year. And you know, entrepreneurship can be a struggle, but maybe you could tell the founders in our crowd, you know, what was it like to be at your lowest moments? Maybe both in the early days of Snap and in the last year when the share price wasn't doing so well. And how did you persevere so that they know that they can stick through it no matter what happens?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's definitely way easier now. We've got an amazing team. Obviously, I think like we just celebrated our 8th birthday. So, you know, I think our business is much more capable today than when we just started. And Bobby and I, actually, our first project together was called Future Freshman, which obviously extensively, and we talk to our community about the way that they use streaks. And actually, I very frequently get letters from people who will tell stories like, we just hit 1,000 days snapping back and forth. We've been through a divorce. My friend had a kid.
Alright, so that was very cool. We saw Evan Spiegel talk about the future of Snapchat, basically, and just about some of the advice he had. I mean, Evan Spiegel definitely is one of my idols when it comes to startups. So, you know, it's very inspiring seeing him talk about Snapchat, about, you know, sort of challenges they face. So I just went to grab some lunch, got another coffee, good to go for another few hours. There's some other interesting talks going on at the moment, so we're gonna go check that out, and I'll take you guys with me. Going back into the pit. We'll go check out some of the startups over there in the expo hall. Apparently they change every day, so there should be some new stuff in there.
Let's bring out our third finalist.
Services it's going to deploy. I click approve, and that's it. Render is now deploying my Mattermost cluster, which includes a database, object storage.
Cars are great for getting around. You can drive them an almost unlimited distance. That's because there's a global network for distributing fuel. If that didn't exist, and you had to tow the fuel around from the day that you bought your car, you'd be towing tanker trailers stretching about 100 yards. It is impossible to imagine throwing away a car when you use up the first tank of fuel. But that's exactly the paradigm that we live in the space industry. They should be able to dock and undock without the need for complex and expensive robotic servicing assistance. So as you can see, the four fingers close around the fuel input, securely holding them together to transfer high pressure propellants. When it's done, the satellite is released, it can go off into orbit and continue making revenue.
My next question is, space is very big. So where do you put a fueling station, or how do you actually just work with people that are launching things into an orbit that you're going to be operating in?
Yeah, really good question. So there are a few main orbits where people put satellites. The geostationary orbit is one of them. So we'll have a tanker very close to that.
And now that we have both product categories, we can figure out ways in which these two categories can interact better.
All right, so we ended up going to the main stage of the event first, and we ended up seeing Ashton Kutcher judging some startups. There's this thing called the Startup Battlefield, where you'll basically see a few startups competing on stage and then basically pitching in order to receive money. They always host some judges here, and today Ashton Kutcher was one of them. Yesterday we saw Will Smith as one of the judges, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, we managed to catch some of that. Right now we'll go into the expo hall you see behind me. We'll check out some of the startups that are exhibiting. We've seen some over the past days. Definitely some interesting, innovative stuff over there. And they should be changing every day, so there should be some new stuff today. So let's go check it out. So next to the startups, we also have some big players over here. So here we have IBM. They have some type of AR stuff going on over there, or AR, VR stuff, the headsets. So I spoke with these guys yesterday. It's called Mui, and basically what they're doing is they have this wooden bar that you put on the wall, and there's a display in there, so it sort of acts as a smart home system. You can control your speaker from there. There's all kinds of cool controls in there, and it's just cool seeing that it's not a screen, but it's wood. It's a really interesting technology that we I think they're coming on Kickstarter soon, or one of these crowdfunding pages. So if you're interested, go take a look. It's definitely very cool. I did pick a bad time to be doing this because, as you can see, most of the startups are gone. So this is the Korea pavilion over here, and I don't know, maybe they got to catch a flight or something because it's looking very empty over here. So at least there's some more startups over here, and they're all sectioned off based on the category. So I don't know if you can see in the distance there is SaaS, which is definitely the area I want to be in. Some of you might know I am working on a SaaS startup myself. And SaaS is stands for Software as a Service. So I'm definitely going to go check this out right now. So just a fun fact, these are called the sort of alleys you see here. They're called the startup alleys. So these are the type of spaces where the smaller startups will get just a table and basically get the opportunity to present what product they're working on or whatever servers they're building. And it's quite cool to see what's going on here because there's some new startups. Some are early stage, some have already raised some money. But it's cool to see what they're working on. Some of them have some really innovative stuff. Okay, so we got these cool people over here. You guys are from Zay Wellness, is that right? All right. So what are you guys doing?
Yes, so we're a branding company where we automate branding for startup companies.
Okay.
When you first start a company, you don't have the resource to necessarily put into the branding aspect of it.
Right.
You still need a logo, color schemes, typography, and some photos that you can work with.
Right.
So in less than 5 minutes, we provide a few questions just to get to know you. Company name, industry, few words to describe the company.
Okay.
Based on that, the algorithm and the AI will suggest these branding elements.
Right.
Currently, we launched 6 months ago, and then we have 20,000 users so far.
Cool.
But those are in the free phase, so we're about to launch our paid subscription service next week.
Okay, awesome. And where are you guys from?
We're about to open our office in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's awesome.
That's what we do.
I mean, it's looking great. I'm loving all the colors over here, and yeah, it's very cool. All right, thanks, guys. All right, so we're here in the social networking and collaboration aisle, and we see some interesting stuff here. So we got airplanes loose on plum dating, women rate, men win. Sounds interesting. Guess we'll have to check this out. All right, bonus points for being honest. It's a big promise. So you guys know how I showed you IBM before? Well, Boeing is here too. They're doing some new stuff. It's called Horizon X. I think they're building some kind of new, some new type of drone. As you can see it right there. And I'm guessing what it does is it catches, or it's able to shoot off some type of net, and it's able to catch other drones, as you can see there. So yeah, lots of innovative, interesting stuff. And then we also have Bumble Biz here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bumble, but it's basically a dating app. But next to the dating part, they also have stuff they also have a BFF version and a business version. I actually tried it myself. It's pretty cool. You can meet really cool people. I ended up connecting with some people over at Google. And what they're doing here today is they basically offer you a headshot, which is really cool. So Bumble Biz is basically all about connecting people in business with each other, and it works very similarly to the regular Bumble that some of you might already know. It's definitely a cool way to connect some people that you would otherwise not find. Alright, so before we leave, we're just going to check out the main stage. I think there's a closing ceremony going on right now, so we're going to go check that out, see what's going on, and it should be the final minutes of the event. So let's go check that out, and then it's time to head out.
Awards with some really sweet prizes. I'm going to bring them on stage.
Okay, and are you ready? You want to do the honors?
Will do. So the TechCrunch Startup Battlefield winner for 2019 is Render. Give him a round of applause.
so that's it for me. This year's TechCrunch Disrupt. I had a great time. Saw a lot of interesting startups. Got to meet some pretty cool people. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna be back next year. Actually made it a sort of like a goal or objective to exhibit here next year with my startup. It's gonna be an interesting goal to work towards, and still a lot that needs to happen in order to pull that off. But yeah, it's a good goal. We're planning on moving out here next year anyway, so we'll be closer to the area. Because right now I'm based in New York, and you know, it is quite a hassle to fly from coast to coast. 6.5 hours by plane, still a long time. So yeah, when we're based nearby, it's going to be a lot easier to come out to these type of events. So the weather is so much nicer over here in California. Back in New York, it's gray, it's raining, and it's kind of miserable when you compare it to this. A nice sunny day out. So yeah, now we're just gonna make our way back to the hotel. This dude is chasing a robot. What the hell? Only in San Francisco, people. Yo, these people working in this hotel are so friendly. I had an issue with my room earlier and they solved it just like that. Gave me a different room. And now the front office guy actually recommended some places for me to go film. And hold on, let me switch this up. He actually told me that there is this festival on this weekend. It's called Bluegrass. It's in the Golden Gate Park, so we're gonna have to check that out. All right, so we are here in San Francisco. This is Elina. Say hi, Elina.
Hi.
We're gonna go rent a car later, so we have to pick that up. We're gonna do something fun. We're here in San Francisco, gonna go grab a coffee and then go down to near SFO, the airport, pick up the car. And
drive.
That's right, and we'll take you guys with us.
Drive.
That's it. We'll take you guys with us. Stay tuned. Damn, that is one clean looking classic car. Look at that. Cutlass. Just picking up a rental car.
There you go. You told me that earlier, I apologize.
No, don't worry about it.
Why did you rent a car all the way back out of the airport? Why didn't you just find one in the city?
Because it was cheap.
Cheaper?
Yeah. Alright. Cool cars.
You can pick any car.
Any car?
Any car, they're all the same.
Oh, okay. Should we just go with the first one then? Yeah.
Alright.
So you're unlocking it now, or?
Yeah. And then you're gonna do it also. So go ahead and scan on your
Okay.
phone. Yeah, it's like yeah. I just like asking local. It's really good.
Alright, so that was easy. Just unlocked it with the app. Got the car. Pretty cool car, gotta say. What do you think, Elina?
I love it.
Alright.
Yeah, it was pretty easy.